Carl and Damon here from Games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and they made what into a TV series? It's our favourite thing. It is Viva Pinata, episode 13 from season 2, Motivational Beak. Get it? Yeah. That's a terrible one. It's not even trying, isn't it? I'm bringing up Chuckle. Aired April 20th, 2008 on YTV and June 27th, 2009 on the CW4 Kids Vault. 2 segments, as always, you know how this goes. Come on, man. Segment 1, Motivational Beak. The gang are playing charades. And Langston is sneaking up with a net. Because of course he is. Yeah. Of course he is. It's the common thing that drives us nuts more than anything else. He's confronting Paulie and Fergie and insists that go to a party, but Paulie refuses. Because it's one of those special ones again. Paulie doesn't want to go to a party. Yep. It's that one. Having had enough, though, Langston says he's calling Eddie Igler, who turns out to be a motivational drill instructor, and he takes the pair off to party boot camp. You can already see where this one's going, right? Can't ya? The idea is that he will motivate them into wanting to attend parties. Of course, it is a nightmare scenario for them, and they struggle to deal with the party-related antics. If you've ever seen any parody of a drill instructor character, that's where Eddie is, basically. After talking back, they are put on a pinata punisher, which is an obstacle course. They're able to find a way around it, though, making it easy for themselves. They're always basically finding shortcuts at a thing, which drives Eddie mad. Yep. Pleased with their antics, though, Eddie tries to show them how it's supposed to be run, but as he goes around, Paulie and Fergie make it harder and harder for him, and it's all very slapstick and silly. This is a bit of a nothing segment, folks, unsurprisingly. Yeah, definitely. After knocking him out, they make a run for the exit, but Eddie is quicker than them. Forced back to the boot camp, Paulie and Fergie end up in a wrestling ring with Freddie Flapjack. Why not? They try to forfeit, but there's no getting out of this, except they somehow end up knocking him out. Because of course they do, because these 2 idiots always land on their feet. Yep. Eddie tries to bring him round, but this just angers Freddie, who starts to wrestle Eddie, with Paulie and Fergie doing commentary. That's a little bit funny. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. Man, give me a break. I'm up to episode 13 of Viva Pinata. I'm just finding anything to enjoy. Yeah. Once again, they try to escape, but Eddie grabs them and this time brings them to a sensory program that will air positive party images. Whenever I see this, whenever I see this kind of thing when it's a whole hold your eyes open and force you to watch something, my reference should be A Clockwork Orange. It should be, Damon, right? Because that's what I have the most association with that in particular. And of course, that is a horror movie to a degree, a very, very nasty movie. But for some reason, my fucked up broken brain goes to Street Fighter the fucking movie and Blanca being turned into Blanca via looking at images of war, which is still one of the dumbest parts of Street Fighter movie. But for some reason, that's what my brain goes to, and I have no idea why. It's and every time I realise, and when they're doing this, all I get is them going, and I was like, oh my god, I'm broken. Yeah. Why would I think of that instead of, say, Clockwork Orange? You know? Insane. I knew you knew what I was thinking there. That's right. The power goes out, though, before, as he tries to repair it, they end up hooking the sentries up to Eddie, and the electricity results in him being fried. Langston has arrived, though, and hears the screams from inside, impressed, thinking that it's Paulie and Fergie, who are screaming, of course. Paulie and Fergie are now torturing Eddie and trying to make him leave them alone, but he refuses. They turn the juice up, and having had enough, he runs off, slamming through the door, squashing Langston. So Paulie and Fergie have beaten him as they march out of the boot camp. And that is it. That is one of the most nothing segments. Yeah, waste of time. To the point, right, where these notes were written ages ago. I still don't remember this segment, which is really, really bad because I'm normally really good at this, where at the moment my notes sort of trigger the memory, it hasn't.
So we're always discussing the fact that we watched Donkey Kong before this and how much we missed Donkey Kong.
Hey, yo, look out down below. Yep, missed Donkey Kong. But we do have a second segment, and it is bringing up Chuckle. Simone is making a speech. Hudson arrives and he announced a new charity program called the Hudson Pistachio Big Brother Foundation. I was like, yes, this is going to be good. Yeah. Hudson episodes tend to be the most fun.
Yeah.
Because of his character, it kind of works in a more randomised way. The crowd cheer for this, and Hudson reveals that the program involves random participants being chosen from a Tumblr for him to mentor. This is a cool idea.
Yeah.
The first name is chosen, and it's Carol Chuckle, who Hudson visits and reveals that she was chosen. This is where it's funny, because she is very happy to hear this, races off at top speed, even as Hudson's kind of like, no, I'm here to mentor them, not take care of them.
Yep.
But she's gone. She's just like, here's my kids, catch you later, I'm having a holiday.
Yep.
I find that funny.
Yeah, funny, yeah.
Too late though, Carol is gone, and Simone points out that he can't be caught by Pecky not looking his best. And we see that Pecky's kind of following him around, desperately waiting for an opportunity to take a picture of Hudson looking bad. Again, I like that. That's
typical media.
Yeah, that's typical media. That's what do they call them? Not propaganda. Oh God, paparazzi. Thank you, paparazzi behaviour. Yeah. Going inside Carol's house, Hudson sees 2 of the eggs and is unconcerned, but then notices a third is massive. The small ones end up hatching, and as kids cry, Hudson wants to quit, but Pecky's constant appearance forces him to run with it. The third now opens though, and it's a dragon arc. And Hudson and Simone are very confused. Reading a book to discover that not to let the dragon arc know it's not a Cluckle. Cue the hijinks as Hudson has no choice but to try and care for the baby beast alone. However, the 2 baby Cluckles end up being the bigger problem, and I thought that was quite funny as well. In his anger with the dragon arc, Hudson ends up revealing what it is, because of course he does. He manages to cover it, but the 2 baby Cluckles are over here and end up repeating that the dragon arc is not a Cluckle. Upset, it flies away and ends up causing chaos at a nearby Worm Sumo village. I don't know. The idea, I guess, is worms, sumos, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Hudson gives chase with the kids, and they realise it's going to jump off a cliff and fly to prove that he is a Cluckle. A problem in itself, but a problem because, as the kids point out, Cluckles can't fly. So if it flies, it's going to know.
Yeah.
But it's already flown anyway, so it's just dumb. As the dragon arc falls to his death, Hudson tries to encourage and remind him that he is loved and it is able to fly. However, it turns out that dragon arcs aren't actually very good at flying, and Hudson is then crushed. He even manages to have a good photo taken just before he's crushed though, which is a funny Hudson thing.
Yeah.
Always a fan of that. Finally, Simone is showing Hudson a newspaper report, which is very positive, while his head is being battered around by the kids. And that's it. That's the second segment. Bit better, but again, nothing to write home about, nothing to get too excited about.
Yeah, it's an improvement to the first segment, yeah.
It is that. It's an improvement to the first one, but it's a nothing episode overall.
Yeah.
That's episode 13 of Viva Pinata Season 2. Motivational Beak and Bringing Up Cluckle. Got any thoughts you want to share? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website, where reviews, news, and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.